Welcome to Creative Intuition Tarot. My name is MJ. As always, I hope you are doing well. I'm really happy to have you here. So today we will be looking into the collective messages, collective energy for February 2022. Okay, cards are already want to jump out of the deck, so let's get straight into it. Let's start with the cards that will be in the center of our spread, and they will represent the energy that sits at the core of our collective being, what is in the center, what energy prevails, what energy perhaps takes over or focus our attention, or what is driving us. February 2022 for the collective. Nine of Cups. Let's put one more on the table. And Justice. Beautiful. We have the Death card at the bottom of the deck, so even more beautiful. I really like this. What I also like is that we have the Nine of Cups, and then we have Justice with number 11, so the numbers are mirroring each other. There may be an additional message, number 9 or 11, in numerology. If you are drawn to check that out, there may be an additional message for you. But what I'm seeing from those two cards, first of all, the Nine of Cups tells me clearly that we are in pursuit of happiness. What is at the core of our collective being, our collective energy in February, and this energy I feel continues for quite some time already, is the pursuit of happiness. But what is changing in February is, I think we are starting, or we are encouraged to start to pursue that happiness more freely, and maybe in a bit more joyful way with this dancer here. She's moving very gracefully, gently, right? So it's like we are being encouraged, or we are pursuing that happiness in a lot more free way, maybe even a little more frivolous. There's, especially with the Death card, we have the Death and Rebirth. It's like a rebirth energy where our motivation to find that happiness has been restored, is returning, okay? And we are pursuing this happiness, on the pursuit of happiness, with great deal of our intuition being involved, okay? So dancing this dance, some kind of like dance of change on the field of happiness in our life, with that, deep connection to our intuitive knowing. And it also symbolizes, because she's dancing at night, it symbolizes that this is an inner journey. So what it also tells me is that we are pursuing this happiness within ourselves. That's one. And secondly, the need for that happiness, and the reason for that whole pursuit is coming from within. It's a deep desire coming from our heart, our souls, is to be happy and be free, and maybe be more gentle in life, also towards ourselves and the way we live our lives. Okay, so that is a beautiful energy, because as I said, it's a restored motivation to find happiness, and it's coming from deep within. So we are not looking for validation outside, okay? We are not looking for happiness that is aligned to someone else's expectations or someone else's definition of happiness. We are looking for our own happiness, what happiness means for us deep in our roots, in our heart, in our soul, and that's the happiness we're looking for. So we may be looking for changes in our job, in our immediate environment. I want to say it may include people that we allow into our environment, okay? We are looking for happiness that is aligned to our definition of happiness. Number 9, again, that return to numerology. 10 is a number of completions and new beginnings, right? And 10 is like missing from between the Nine of Cups and 11, representing justice. So number 9 symbolizes that it's either we are almost on the verge of discovering this happiness, or at least discovering what it is, like defining it clearly so that we're able to pursue it. But it's like on the verge, last push, it's very close, right? With that 10 coming up, which is a number of completion, some kind of achievement. Okay, so there is a new opening on that field of happiness, and again the death card comes into play, that rebirth, a new opening, right? Shedding old skins, allowing old forms to collapse so that we can reveal the true selves. And again, revealing true selves meaning pursuing our authentic happiness and what it really means for us, and not trying to satisfy someone else's expectations. With the justice, this is well deserved, right? So it's like justice is on our side, supporting us in diligent pursuit of happiness, and is reminding us to always do what's right. And also with the sword of justice, it symbolizes clarity. So again, that point of accumulation where perhaps the true happiness becomes clear for us, the definition, what it means. We come to a place of great clarity what it is, so that the pursuit of that happiness becomes a lot easier because we know what we're looking for. So let's expand that message a little bit with the oracle cards, and then we'll put a couple more tarot cards. Even though it's almost like a complete message, right? I move in authentic truth. Listen, I cannot make this up. I just said moving in authentic truth, authentic happiness, dancing sacred joy upon this earth. That's exactly what she's doing. She's dancing. Right? I cannot make this up, but I really love synchronicities like that. And when cards confirm the messages, beyond the boundaries of time and space, there are limitless waters of creation. Okay, with the Nine of Cups, there's that watery energy. Beyond the boundaries of time and space, there are limitless waters of creation, and limitless waters of happiness as well, right? Limitless waters for us to create our happiness. And water is also healing, so that pursuit of happiness is a very healing journey. Let's put a couple more tarot cards on the table to expand on the message. We have the Devil card. And I do feel that is what we are actually leaving behind. With the pursuit of happiness, we are definitely determined to free ourselves from the devil's chains, right? If we really decide to go on the pursuit of happiness, that is coming from the desire for this, and motivation and fuel comes from really from deep within, from our hearts and souls. That is the point where we come to that empowerment, where we realize that it's not the devil that is holding us in chains, but it's us who allow this, right? So we come to the place of that empowerment and authority, that we know that we actually control whether we are on those chains or not. So any situations that were holding us back, keeping us stuck, not allowing us to be happy, maybe some kind of society norms, right? I was speaking of those definitions of happiness. Those boundaries or those chains, as I said, are moving to the past. Absolutely, with the Star card. The most spiritual healing, I think, along with the Temperance, but this is really a deep healing, and again we have that watery vibe with the star pouring water from the jar, right? So definitely we are leaving, or this is a reading of empowerment and encouragement for some, that we have that authority to leave whatever was holding us back behind and embark on that journey to find happiness. Happiness that is true and authentic to us, that is not limited by anyone else's definitions. And once we start moving in that authentic truth, the deepest healing happens, right? But the Star also says, first of all, she speaks of the guiding light. So following that intuition in that pursuit of truth, authenticity, and happiness is key. And also with the Star, she said magic is all around. So that pursuit of happiness is absolutely supported by the universe. The universe wants us to pursue our authentic, the authentic versions of ourselves, and those things that truly make us happy, because that makes us free. See, with the Three of Swords, that is what makes us unhappy, being stuck in any kind of limitations, when we don't allow our heart or we, in other words, we don't pursue the heart's desires. We actually pin that heart to the ground. We don't allow it to. We don't help to fulfill the desires of our heart. That is what is moving behind, absolutely, with all that energy on the table with the star. This is also the energy of the past. This is moving to where it belongs to, which is the past. This is a really empowered reading, because there's this strength to stand for ourselves, for our truth, for our authenticity. With the Seven of Wands, absolutely, stand for our authenticity. With the Seven of Wands, that is the energy of being really motivated to fight for something, determined, fueled to fight for something or protect something. And in this energy, I feel both, right? We are determined to find that happiness that we're embarking on, the quest to find it. But we are also very determined and strong in protecting what we have already built so far. The card that precedes, the Six of Wands, is the card of victory. And there is victory in coming to that place where we want to and we are determined to pursue our authenticity, right? That's the victory. So no surprise, we are now determined to protect that victory and even expand it further. So the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, beautiful card to close out the reading. Every choice that we make should be made from the place of love, right? So that the true authentic desires of our heart can be met. So remember that every choice you make on your way, make it from the place of love towards yourself and others. Always do what's right with the Justice card. And I'll leave it there. That's a beautiful reading and really makes me feel good, looking forward towards February. As always, please take care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.